Hey guys, ReconBrothers here for a new video, and this one will be a pretty interesting one for you guys out there because 2 weeks ago we went to the ITF location in Genk to do some CQB seminar with the guys from Total Recoil Airsoft.
And together with them we made this epic intro. So thanks to you guys from Total Recoil Airsoft for making this possible along with us. Make sure to check out their YouTube channel because those are pretty dope guys. And besides that, we also did the Airsoft seminar with a Belgian instructor from the facility itself.
So how did the day look like? In the morning we did a theoretical aspect, whereas we learned all the bases on about CQB environments, and then after that we did the individual skill building, whereas you learned how to position your body, how to enter a room, stuff like that. And then in the afternoon we did the most interesting part, which was basically apply all that knowledge and do a force on force scenario, in fact multiple scenarios. But of course we took the advantage to film it with our MOHOC cameras, and out of that footage we got two pretty interesting scenarios that we want to show you guys, and that is exactly what we will do today.
So guys, before we dive into these two scenarios, let's explain a little bit more how these were set up. So basically we were asked to do a stealth approach since the enemy didn't know we were coming, so they could only react on either gunshots or when they saw us moving, for example. Another thing to make it even more difficult is that this ITF can change its inner layout, which makes it even more difficult.
Okay, so that being said, let's now have a look at our very first scenario.
Start scenario!
So here, just checking as much as possible through the window. We were doing stealth, but they clearly were not doing stealth. So here, with the stealth entry, as little noise as possible.
Checking the hallway, and here you can already see that it is blocked, which was already different than the scenarios that we did before it, because it's normally a long hallway.
As you may have noticed, we skipped the door on the left. This mainly because it was closed, and we actually learned to always do open doors first. So just to keep the surrounding as static as possible.
Everything seems clear, peeking through the gap in the door. Going to the left, which is unknown. And then I realize, okay, it's blocked as well, moving on. And now of course there are no other doors open or windows, so we go to the first closed one.
So also here, the stealth entry.
And I noticed some movement over there, so I said it to my brother. All clear. On to the next one.
So here again, we did a stealth entry for as long as possible. Apparently the enemy was just waiting on the other side, so it wasn't really useful at this stage.
So now we go loud. Taking fire immediately. Saw a guy through the gap of the door and try to shoot him, but of course,
Just suppressed fire.
yeah, that's why slicing target, and I got taken down.
I just took over. I am slicing quite far from the doorway. Yeah, this was just because Viper was still standing there, and I started slicing from there. Here clearly the enemy had the upper hand, so I decided to take a knee, just so my height would be different.
Met een vinger. Dit stopt met een vinger.
Just on the tip of my finger.
So here the instructor gives us a go to keep moving and try again.
Valid. We're continuing. All four that's down, stays down.
So my brother shot him as well. I saw him under tango and tried to anticipate on that. And I didn't realize it here, but I actually shot him. So now we're entering, and here his thing got hit. So let's pause it for a second here as well. Here the thing is, this is a pretty difficult situation. There is someone that suddenly appears in the room that we cleared as much as possible from the outside, but we were inside now. So my brother got taken down, and now I had to anticipate onto the situation and try to find a solution on how can I actually approach this guy and take him down without being shot myself. But what I did realize when I stood there was he was standing behind cardboard boxes. And the thing is, usually in airsoft everything is covered, but this isn't. This is clearly
Concealment.
this is clearly concealment, exactly. So let's have a look at what I did here. Of course, he was surprised by me doing that. He didn't expect that. Okay, moving on.
What the hell? I got it down.
Realized the guy was down.
I got the signal to get back at it.
And going to the other side of the hallway. Now here, I'm not very comfortable with shooting with my left shoulder, so I simply switched to my sidearm and checked like that, holstering it and moving on. Going out to the last room, we only did like the main floor. Try to buy it all by my own, which was not the smartest thing, but
Yeah, you actually blocked the doorway by doing this.
okay. And that was it for this scenario.
So now let's have a look at the second scenario.
Start scenario.
So here, same approach, as much as possible through the window and then a stealth entry. Could have been stealthier.
So you see the hallway already changed again, and the thing is we had these two doors open now, so it's much more complex to cover each other.
So here, mainly I tried to cover Viper his back while he was slicing, so he couldn't get shot from the other door.
And this while I was checking the room. Everything clear.
And then here, we just decided to close that door in case somebody would show up from over there. We would at least hear the door opening.
Sometimes it's all about using your environments.
So here you always see there's a lot more light incoming. So this time it wasn't blocked. And then here I approached the second part of the room, and here it is always difficult because you don't know the layout, so we had to communicate a little bit of what I was seeing so we could eventually take over the room.
So you see there's already a door open, and on his left there's actually another part of the room that is unknown, so we had to clear that out. Doing some communication again to know how we would approach this and then actually do it as well.
So here you can already see that it is a difficult or complex situation because the hallway goes both left and right, and also the door in front of us is open.
And here I saw a tango already and I took him down. Okay, now we had to make some sort of a decision on what to do. We knew the left was practically 95% clear, so I tried to check the right as well. Did a quick peek over there, saw a guy on the corner, so we had to take action on that. And the best solution we had at that time was just use a grenade, because it was way too complex, too many angles for us to do,
And also,
just with the two of us. Going in.
so also here I again try to cover Viper's back by covering the open door.
Okay, now deciding on how to enter.
So the guys playing up front here, they really went immersive.
All the way. So of course we just had that contact coming in, which I took down. He came from the side where we were actually coming from, so the important part was that we didn't get shot in our backs.
Then here I want to cover Viper's back again, but I actually exposed my own back, so here it is best for me to stay as close to Viper and then just slice to the position I'm currently in. So these were our two scenarios. Something we want to add, especially to the second one, is that we often had these brief discussions on how to best deal with a situation. Now obviously this is taking you away from the focus of what could happen. So basically after that day we decided to make some signals more clear. For example, when you want to enter or you want someone else to enter, just a clear signal, so there are no discussions needed anymore.
So that was everything we wanted to show you today. Hopefully it was interesting and you learned some stuff. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and make sure to keep on learning, and we'll see you next time again.